Hello everyone, my name is Jonathan Mason from Self-Contained Lifestyle, and I want to welcome you, and if you've been here before, I want to welcome you back to a new series. In this series I'm going to be painting the living room, and I am so delighted. This is a room that I really wanted to get stuck into. I've got a lot of repairs to do before that, but wow, this is a room where everything happens in this household. This is where all the crafts take place, all the talking about what we're going to do and everything else. This is the most exciting room in the house. So I'm really excited with this. And so I'm just going to show you a few things that need to be done. First of all, there's a hole in the wall. If you look up over here, you can see the hole in the wall that I'm going to have to repair. It's where the brick is broken out, and then there's another hole in the wall. But this time I'm going to be putting a door on this hole in the wall, and I'm going to be covering it up so that it's easy access, because that's where the central heating is. And then there's also parts where the paint is bubbled away, and with these old buildings there's always the plaster wasn't very good, or the rendering wasn't very good in the house. And so the sodium is leaked out of the wall and it forms like a powder, and this can cause bubbling. So we're going to try and tackle that before we start painting. Oh, I am so looking forward to this. I hope you enjoy. So take care, and we'll start with the hole in the wall. Okay, with the hole in the wall, you can see here the brick is broken away, and it's been through old salts and stuff like this. Now, we're going to have to clear out all the parts that are loose and get this to be a nice clean surface so that we can work on it nicely. Now, it's gone behind the fascia board, but that's fine, because I can use the fascia board to act as a shuttering for the plaster that comes in here, and it'll form a nice solid surface. But where it's all loose and like this, we're just going to have to chip it away. You don't have to be too harsh on it. Just where it's very loose. I'll take that off. I'm going to make this edge quite neat and strong. In fact, no, that's fine. So we clean it away and preparing it now for the cement that goes on top. And then we'll blend it in nicely together. Okay, I'll just get a brush, and we can dust it out of it. Okay, here we go. Let's just get this brush, and we just sweep away all the dust. Because now what we have to do after this is to get some glue and just brush it over to make a nice surface, because it's quite dusty, where the cement can adhere to when it sets and hardens. Okay, that's quite nice. Now let's see how deep this is, because we have to check out how deep it is, because we must know how much plaster we're going to put in there. Okay, I've got a little ruler here, a metal rule, and I've got a straight edge. It's a piece of skirting that went over the carpet. Now I'm going to take these two things and I'm going to measure how deep that hole is, because normally render is only 1 centimeter thick, 1 to 12 centimeters thick. And that's all, because if you put it on any thicker, the cement tends to weigh down and it'll fall off or cause bubbles and stuff like that in your render. So I've got to have a look how deep this is and see if I can do it in 1 or 2 coats of render. So let's get to that. Okay, so I've got the straight edge. Now I'm going to put the straight edge across here, and then I'm going to slide the rule in to see how deep it goes. Wow, that's about 23 millimeter deep. This is really, really deep. So I'm probably going to have to use 2 coats of render, but I'll try and see. Oh, that's about 26. So this is quite deep. You see the render over here, where it was just the render, that was 10 millimeter. So let's mix up some render now. No, sorry, first, before we do that, we must get some PVA glue and put it in. So as you could see, the hole is quite deep in the wall. It's about 25 mil, and it's going to take quite a bit. But before we can do anything about that, I'm going to be taking this PVA glue, just normal PVA glue. You can get it at any builder's merchants, and a little bowl to pour the glue into, and then I'm going to dab glue onto the surface so that it sits and sticks to the wall, and then it'll stop the salts coming out through the into the cement that we just apply, and it'll give it a nice finish and make sure that it really sticks to it. So let's put the glue on now. Okay, I'm going to be taking some glue now, and I'm going to be pouring it into the bowl. Not too much, because we don't want to waste any if we can. And just put it like that. Put the cap back onto the lid back onto the pot of glue. Then I'm taking this little brush. You can take any brush you like, and I'm going to be just pushing it on, giving it a good coat of glue, like such. And this will make sure that the cement can really stick to it nicely and give it a good clean finish and stop the salts coming through. Okay, I'm probably going to need a little more glue, so let me just do that quickly. There we go. This shouldn't be a long job. It should be something that the glue will dry pretty quickly. And then we can get on with the plastering of it and making this wall look brand new. Oh yeah. I really enjoy this. Just seeing the results. You come up to a mess and you fix it up, and wow, you just stare back and say, whoa, I did that. It's amazing. And it looks so beautiful. You guys should give it a try yourself. I hope that you're watching this video to get tips on how to do this stuff. There we are. Okay, I've painted the area with the PVA glue now. I've just got to let it dry, but in between now and then, I've got to go and clean my brush and clean my bowl so that it is good as new again. And I'll see you after that once this is dried. Okay, I have my bucket in it. I've got my mortar mix. Now, I've got a trowel. I'm just going to be adding some water in and mixing it up until it's a sort of nice, even consistency. You can just add the water a little bit at a time so that you don't add too much. I've got it to this. I think I'm going to add a touch more water in and see how that works out. Oh, that's looking better already. Now, you must give it a good mix. Well, there we have it. Now I'll just take some water. I've got a nice thick piece of plastic covering the floor so that if any mortar falls off, I can just simply falls on the plastic and it's not a problem. Like that. And it will happen. So be prepared. Now, this was a really thick, deep wall, remember? It was about 25 millimeters in place. And I think it's going to need more than just one coat. So what I'm trying to do here is just fill up the area where it is thickest. We'll just see how it goes. Well, let's just try to see a little more and see. It's a bit awkward in this corner here, but there we go. We're filling it up nicely, and it's coming along nicely, I think. Now we are going to have to put a second coat, I can see this already. So we'll try and fill up most of it, so that the second coat then is just a nice skimming coat. You can see here it's starting to sag a bit on those areas. And you'll just fill it up. It's a bit saggy there, but that's where it's very, very full. Now I'll take this skimming trowel, which and just scrape it across. But here I've got a nice even surface. Make sure it stays flat. There we are. I think we're almost there. Some parts aren't looking too nice. Not going to be here. That's because the plaster is so thick. I'm taking off quite a bit now because it's too thick and it's falling down in bunches. I can always come back just now when this is set and hardened nicely to put another coat on. But I'm not too unhappy with this at the moment. I'm going to have to get a towel and just fix up these areas that are dirty. Just a nice sponge. But you see over here where it's very thick, it wants to sag, so I'm just taking out a little bit, and we can come later on with another coat, another layer of cement, and just put that in. Yeah, I think that'll do it for now, and when this is hardened I'll be back with another layer. Let me get the towel or sponge and just wipe that off. Okay, I'll just wipe all the excess here off. I've got a bit of water to squeeze it out. And just clean up where you've messed with the concrete. This is with the cement. Now you just wipe this over here. I can see a bit of a hole there. Let's just fill it in, fill it in. that's looking quite nice. Okay, I'm leaving the cement now to harden off, and when it's finished, I'll come back with another thin layer of mortar, and we'll put it over the top, and it'll look great. Okay, I'm back, and the cement that we put on has already hardened, begun to set. It's not completely set yet, but it's only been a day. It takes a little while, but it can receive the next coat, the final coat. So let's put that on now. Okay, so I've got some cement mix, or mortar mix, and it's a pretty thin mixture, but I now want to just put some on where the old cement was, and slowly just work the final coat in. Now it can go on really thinly, so it should stay there quite nicely. There we go. So with a cement job, a mortar job like this, plastering, don't be in a hurry. Just make sure that you build it up in nice layers so that it'll go on nice and easy. I've seen so many people try and put on a layer that's too thick, and it doesn't work for them. And then they think they can't do the work. But of course they can. It's just a matter of knowing a little bit and working through it slowly. Don't be in a rush with it. It takes quite a while for the cement to harden out or to set. And once you get it, it'll be nice and finished. Like that. Now, I just want to get my straight edge. And we'll do this. And we'll just work it up over the surface. Anything that's too much, it'll come off. There we have it. Now I know that surface is perfect. Now to just smooth it off very nicely, I can get my sponge, just wet it nicely, squeeze it out, and just wipe down all the edges so that it blends in nice and smooth with the surface. There we go, and that's starting to look really, really nice. I know it's flat because I've taken my straight edge and I've pushed it over the edge, and that's a perfect job. Now I'll just scrape it off with the paintwork, just very gently. Don't be in a rush. And there we go. I'm happy with that, and I think it's now ready. Just gently smooth it off, just blending all the edges into it. There you go. I'm happy with that, and that's job done. Okay, I'm really happy with that rendering job. It's really nice and smooth, and what was a big ugly hole has now been repaired. Now, if you enjoy my videos, please give them a like and subscribe so you can see some more. And I'll see you in the next episode. Cheerio. Yes! Please subscribe!